Welcome, WNBA fans. So, the final game I'm going to cover from Sunday. I'm glad I waited to last for this one as far as watching it. What a good game. I mean, as far as a battle, these two teams battled. So, the game starts off with the Mystics lights out, build up a nice little lead, 27-14. So then the second quarter starts, and it was like, they built it up to 30-17. And then the mistakes start happening, or there was like fouls, and and then Enrique went on a three bender, so she hit three threes. Citron came back with another one, but basically Dallas caught back up in the game, and this is the sign of a young team, and the Mystics, they at times they look so good, and then they'll just either miss an easy shot, or they'll just make a mistake that a veteran team probably wouldn't make. But it's fun to watch because it's really exciting. I don't think I've ever seen so many bodies on the floor after loose balls from both teams. There were a number of hands in the passing lane, tip the ball away, and then bodies on the floor, or bodies running the length of the court. It was, those kind of games are exciting to watch. So then during this whole thing, there's a foul called, and Stephanie Dolson gets a technical. So then a little bit later, after Enrique does her threes, the coach goes ballistic on something, and he gets a technical. And I thought, oh boy, they just had this lead, and now they're bringing it. But, kudos to Dallas. Dallas was hanging in there the whole way, and they were fighting. And basically, after all this, the Mystics were lucky that this didn't get completely away from them. So Dallas goes up, 41-36. So then halftime comes, and fortunately for the Mystics, the mistakes, it was like someone rang the bell. So Dallas is leading 45-40 at halftime. So then the third quarter was much better, although Dallas had the lead for most of it. But the Mystics kept coming back, and Shakira Austin, if she had just made a couple more shots, she had some really nice drives to the basket, and then she missed a couple of real bunnies there. But then at some point in the third quarter, I wrote this down. It was 7 minutes, the 7-minute mark of the third quarter. Paige Bueckers went to drive, and Shakira Austin just came over. She's all of 6'5", and she just swatted that thing. And she swatted it and then ran after it, got possession, and Washington ended up getting a possession out of that. It was pretty cool. Those blocks like that are so nice. So then the third quarter was pretty much battling back and forth, but Dallas pretty much controlled the game. They weren't up by much, but they'd have a few runs, and then the Mystics would come in. And then the fourth quarter, back and forth. So the Mystics end up getting a lead, and there's the time Citron hits a basket. I think it was a three, and puts them up by 3. So I think it was, at that point, it was 83-80. And good old Paige Bueckers. This was a rookie showcase. You had J.J. Quinterly for Dallas, you had James for Dallas, you had Bueckers for Dallas, and then you had Citron and Iriafin for the Mystics. And they were going at it. It was a great battle. Great battle. So then with, I think it was 11 seconds left, they get the ball. Paige Bueckers hits her one and only 3. Ties the game. 0 on the clock. We're going to overtime. Oh, boy. And this was fun to watch. It was a lot of fun to watch. So then it was just a basket here, a basket there, and the Mystics, I forget who put Dallas up now that I'm thinking about it. Anyway, so Dallas goes up. Dallas is up, and the Mystics get the ball. The clock's running down, and Citron is in the corner, wide open, drains the 3. And then there was still some time left, and Arike threw up a shot. I thought it was ill-advised. I mean, she could have got a better shot than she did. But then the rebound, and you got bodies flying all over the place, and they even got another shot up there, but they didn't score. So the Mystics, congratulations. They come away with the win. Sonia Citron, I'm going to check, but I believe she had 27 points, her career high. Good for her. I mean, great game for Citron. Her and Paige Bueckers are very, very mature for rookies. They play, the game isn't sped up for them. It's, they play at their pace, which is a good pace. And they don't, like us, a lot of times rookies can get they try to go too fast because they think they have to. And Bueckers doesn't, and Citron doesn't. And that's the sign of a really mature player. So I'm going to look at some stats here and look that over. So the Mystics end up winning in overtime, 91-88. The scoring by quarters, Washington, like I said in the first quarter, up 27-14. And then it was like the reverse. The second quarter, Dallas 31-13 over the Mystics. So that's what gave the 5-point lead at halftime. So then it was even. It was 24-22 in the third quarter, and then Washington outscored them in both the fourth quarter and overtime. 22-15, and then 7-4 in overtime. Let's see what we got here. So we'll go on Dallas first. We had James with 11 points. Arike had 27. She was playing. I mean, she had a lot of nice shots. She was definitely hitting. She shot 40%. She was 3 for 9 from 3. I think the misses were coming later. But she also went to the foul line 9 times, so she got 8 points there. Bueckers had 20, a nice solid 20, 7 assists. The turnovers were good. I mean, it seemed like there were more turnovers, but it was like a couple for each player. So what is that? 17. That's a little, yeah, that's high. That's a little high. So Charles had 9 points. Leroux had 6. Quinterly had 8. And Paige Bueckers had 20, and she hit that game-tying shot right at the end of the regulation. Let's see. Biggest lead, the Dallas had a 10-point lead, and Washington had a 16-point lead. Turnovers were, Dallas had 19, and Washington had 17. So they were both, like I said, there was a lot of loose balls and bodies going all over the place. So Carrington didn't play. Tasha Harris, she's been out. Haley Jones didn't play. And then Segrist has been out. So, and then we have Sonia Citron, 27 points. She also had 11 rebounds. That's terrific. She shot almost 70% from the floor. 57% from 3. Good for her. I like her. She's such a solid player. Erie Finn had 16. She had 7 rebounds. Secure Austin had 21. She could have had like 30 if she hit. There was at least 4 bunnies that she missed. That, just going in there. They were just a little strong. I mean, it wasn't like she missed by a lot, but it was just it would hit the rim and then bounce out. Just needs to lighten up on the touch there. 7 rebounds. She shot 43% from the field. Sykes only had 8 points. Usually she has a lot more than that. She was 1 for 8, so she didn't shoot very well. But she was all over the place, as always. She had 4 assists. Sutton had 15. Good for her. She was 100% from the floor. 3 for 3 from 3, and then she got another bucket, and she got 4 for 6 from the free throw line. So that was pretty much it as far as scoring. Aaliyah Edwards again. No points. I don't know what's going on with her. She's a really good player, and she has just not been scoring. I mean, and her playing time is reduced. I mean, just in Unrivaled, she was really good. I don't know. I don't know. There's something. She's. I don't know. Maybe she's injured, but not something that's going to keep her out, or. Maybe it's just other players. Erie Finn's there now, where Aaliyah Edwards was getting the playing time last year, and she's just in there more. So Sometimes you just play better if you're in there for longer, and she's not getting that now. So, anyway, good game. Very good game. Very fun to watch. So, that's it for this game. And congratulations to Citron for a career high in points. And great last second shot by Paige Bueckers. So, good rookie class we got here. Okay, we'll see you next time.